Okay, we're here. Hi, it's Paul Sakis, Canoes Stowe, and Soanya.
Happy to be here.
Hi. All right, well, this is a worldwide broadcast live press conference, and why it is so exciting is that Reid and Soanya have made the decision to go on the 1,000 days voyage at sea. This Mars, let me make sure I have this right, Mars... It's not Space Odyssey.
The Mars Ocean Odyssey.
Ocean Odyssey, yeah, because it's that's up there somewhere, and this is down here somewhere. Right. And we're going to figure out where all these places are, and maybe, Lee, I got an idea. Reid, why don't you start off, because we have a piece of video. We'll put it in some context of what's going to be happening here. And you want to give a lead-in of some sort? Well, it's Captain Reid Stowe.
Okay. We have a little video here that shows the boat, and we talk about our voyage, and it might be good for the audience to have a visual and see what we're really doing, and then we'll talk about the trip.
Okay. Video.
Man's quest to have a seaworthy boat began thousands of years ago, and man's greatest skills were combined and put together to make a boat that could actually go out on the sea and survive any weather and arrive at another place where they wanted him to. I'm Reid Stowe. My family is from North Carolina. Soanya and I are preparing to go 1,000 days at sea without coming to shore or receiving supplies. This will be the longest non-stop sea voyage in history, whereby we depart the terra firma longer than any humans ever have. We won't ever come near the land or touch the land. We won't ever receive supplies. We'll be eating everything that we bring with us, and fish we catch, and rain that we catch. It's never been done before. So I don't know. I don't have a book to follow, and I don't have anyone coming to tell me what to do. And so I'm trying to figure it out the best way possible, working as hard as I can with the means that I have and the help that I have. So we hope that we're going to be able to go in the next month. But we need good luck, more help, a bit more money, and things to go our way to make it happen. It's also a voyage of self-discovery, and in a sense what could be a spiritual voyage for our times. People who are questing for other knowledge would often go on a journey of some kind. So this journey is symbolic of all of those great journeys that people have taken in the past in the quest to know the inner mind of mankind.
Wow. Okay, so tell us a little bit about what's going on here.
Okay, we're preparing to go 1,000 days non-stop at sea. When we sail out of the Hudson River, we're going to leave the sight of land, and we won't come back to land for 1,000 days. We'll sail the oceans of the world. So we have to have on board with us all the food and all the supplies that we need to live at sea instead of on the land. Now, the idea came from a lifetime of sailing where I always prepared the boat to go on a sea voyage and to be independent on that voyage and to arrive where I wanted to arrive. But while I was out there sailing, I enjoyed it so much, I said, well, why do I want to stop? And how seaworthy can I make the boat, and how seaworthy can I make myself? So that's how the idea of going further on the sea than any person in history was born, just out of years of sailing on the sea and loving sailing and making myself and the boat as seaworthy as possible.
Okay, now this is early on involvement. I mean, young man, I remember, because you built the Anne, right?
Yes, I did, and my father built some boats when I was a child. So I learned boat building from my father, and my grandfather and uncles worked on boats also. So as a child, I was around boats being worked on and taken out in the ocean. So I learned my trade of a boat builder and person of the sea since I was a child. And then I started sailing as a teenager, long-distance ocean voyaging around the world. And there I met the greatest sailors that were sailing and influenced me to make these long voyages at sea.
Okay, let me get Sonia involved here at this point, because actually she's not just sitting here to sit next to you to give you some comfort. She's actually going on the voyage with you, right, Sonia?
Yes, I am.
Okay, that's very exciting, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Now tell us how you got involved and some thoughts about your background.
Well, I was studying in school. I was studying photography. And I was taking pictures of the West Side piers in Manhattan when I was walking down the pier that Reid's boat was docked at. And so I decided to take some pictures of his boat, and the next week I brought back the prints, and he happened to be going sailing that same day. And he was like, "You want to come sailing?" And I was like, yeah, okay. So I took some more pictures and brought them back, and it kind of took off from there, and that was about 4 years ago. And as I finished my studies in school, I was looking around, and I wasn't really liking much of what I was seeing in terms of, jobs and opportunities and careers out there. I wanted something kind of a little bit more expensive. And so I was looking at Reid, and he was going, "I'm going alone on the 1,000-day voyage, and, this is why I can do it." And I'm like, wait. Maybe I can go too, because, I've been familiar with the project at this point for 3 years, and I was thinking, well, this is actually kind of interesting, and it would be great photography opportunity and, very creative kind of thing, and also a challenge. And so I thought, well, okay, maybe I can go. And so I told Reid, yeah, I want to go too. And he was like, "You're not afraid?" And I said, "Well, no, not exactly." And he's like, "Well, okay."
That was it?
Yeah.
And this is recent. I mean,
a year ago.
A year ago.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, that's fantastic. Well, where can we see some of your photography? Is it on the website? Yeah.
On the blogs, most of the blog pictures that are taken are pictures that I've taken. They're mostly in the documentary kind of form. I've kind of laid low on the more artistic stuff nowadays.
Okay. Let me mention to everybody right now, since we're on live here, and we have this chat function on our player, and we have ask question to the event, and if somebody has any questions that they'd like to ask Reid, please go ahead and do that, as well as chat amongst yourself, and we'll put that out. Now, tell us about this blog. Is this blog on the 1000days.net? Is that right?
Yep.
Who's overseeing that? Who's working? Who's blogging, as they say?
Well, it's actually a friend of ours set up our website with a link to our blog, and it's just a document of our preparation so far. When we're out at sea, we'll be wanting to update that almost daily, maybe not quite, but it'll be, day 1, this is what we're doing, day 2, this is what we're doing. Right now it's kind of like, well, here's how we've prepared our medical kit. These are the things we're taking, this is our plan in case something happens. And, here's our life raft or rubber boat, this is what we'll be using, this is what we'll be putting in it, things like that. So it's just a one entry after the other of our preparations.
Okay. Well, let's take a moment, and so that's 1000days.net, and I'll mention also that we plan Good News Broadcast to broadcast however audio, video pieces as we have in the past, also with some of Reid's work, and actually we go way back with Reid.